Ahoy, mateys. Stevie Wayne here, beaming a signal across the sea.
Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau, and you're watching Death Curse Society.
Rock and roll! 6 o'clock already, it was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun day. My I don't have to run day. It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, cause that's my fun day. It's just an automatic Monday.
Woo! What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Monday Maniacs from Death Curse Society. I'm Red Crank, that's Zigzag, and
The Colonel is on assignment.
how do you keep missing that beat?
I'm always kind of looking at all the other things happening on to make sure everything's cool at that moment still. And I was about to bust out and sing because people love it when I sing. You know this.
Oh boy, do they ever.
I don't know. I felt like singing Manic Monday. I'm in a much better headspace than I was last weekend. In fact, I think we did significant damage to the Fog remake last week, but I wasn't 100%. I didn't feel 100% last week. I don't know what it was, man. I was just kind of really out of it for some reason.
You were angry.
But
You were
I
angry.
was angry, but there were other shit factors factoring in as well. I think what's got to happen is I got to have to revisit this and just get into the whole psychology of make a little video, I think, a little extra thing, just to really put the bow on this fucking thing. But for now, we wrecked the fuck. We took it down to the foundation last week. But I mean,
you want to go like frame by frame and just
no. I just need to. I just need some finality with it. That's all, And I think we'll get it. The point is, I'm in a much better space this week. Hence, me almost singing before missing the beat that started the whole show, and we're in the fucking toilet already. How you doing, folks?
Well, thank you, Dr. Ziggy, for psychoanalyzing yourself, I guess.
Yes.
What is going on tonight?
I don't know.
All right, folks. Tonight, we're going to break down our top 5 horror films of 2004. 20 years. So that makes all of these in the 20 years the classic. Isn't that the cutoff?
I think it's 25 to become.
Is it 25?
Yeah.
Nah, it's 20 or 25. One of the two. But
Cars, anyway, it's 25.
okay. Well, then never mind. Anyway, these films are all old.
Fucking old.
Most of the ones on our list are pretty damn good from what I could gather. So I'm excited to get into this.
I was surprised that there were that many good films back then. See, I was in a whole different world. I joined a new radio station in a different city, far away from what I was used to in Lansing, and for two of the biggest scumbags who ever radioed in radio. So yeah, man, I wasn't seeing a lot of movies at this time, but I did manage to see everything on the list, and some of them a couple times because they do warrant that.
I watched a few, of course, over the week. But none that I had not seen before that I remember. I think I'd seen all these before, which is rare for me because I was in that space too in 2004. I didn't really go to the movies a whole lot back then, but
I remember like Spider-Man 2. I remember Dawn of the Dead. You know what I mean? That's about it though. From 2004, everything else was just like, oh yeah, I was aware of it.
Well, there was a period after Halloween Resurrection that I did not go to the movie theater at all for like 15 years. Seriously, I got so mad at that movie. Had such a bad experience where I saw it. Like the AC was out, or the heat was out, or something. It was really cold. The lights kept like coming on and off in the movie theater. You know, had a bunch of just yammers going on in the theater. It was just a terrible experience, and I stayed away from movie theaters for like literally, well, pretty much right before we started getting together and going to, doing our stuff.
You were very open about like, fuck, I haven't been to the movies in blah, blah, blah years at that time,
Yeah. So
Craig's message to Hollywood upon leaving Halloween Resurrection.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was, I guess, 2016. When did Resurrection come out? Was that 2000, somewhere in there?
Let's see. 96 was the Curse. So after that, they took a break. Wasn't that after?
Well, I mean, it would have been 2001. It would have been 2001 for H2O, and then it would have been one right after that. So 02, 03?
02, 03. Well, that's fair.
Right.
It wasn't on the fucking list, thank God. So, I mean, yeah.
Right.
As a choice, which would have been laughed at.
Right.
Yeah.
That would not have made top 5.
Yeah.
No.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about later tonight. There's a little poster collage for you guys to look at for a brief second before we start taking care of business. Let's make sure the gang's all here. We got the doctor in there, Dr. Smiley, Lorena, stopped in for a minute. There's Bill, there's Patricia, there's Joshua, there's Rachel, woo! BK. Okay, cool. All right, I was just checking that comment. Seemed kind of weird.
Disturbed.
Yeah. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia says loves the shirt. It is available, like Rick said. Oh, hold on. Patricia says love the shirt, and Rick, our buddy right there, says available at deathcurssociety.com.
He's shilling shirts for us. All right, Rick. We'll send
you.
We'll send you the 5% upon every sale, of course. And
not every sale.
Wait, yeah.
Calm down now. Christopher's in the house. There's Grizzly. Oh, Bill's already sending in a top 5 list. Damn, man.
Baby. That's right.
We haven't even opened up the floodgates for that yet.
He asked me what the topic was. He wanted to get on his homework a couple of days ago. So it's good.
Oh, Grizzly was a little late because he was watching Talk to Me. Excellent choice. But
I dug
you can
that
come
one.
back to it. You can come back to that later. And Bill says, nice wreath there, Ziggy.
Oh, are you looking at this here? This wonderful Bell's Fancy Creations. You want to, let me see here. Let me,
solo yourself.
Pull it up here and get rid of the graphic if you would.
Oh, damn it. Well, I'm on another page. Hold on.
There we go.
There we go.
Right here. Let me lower the mic a little bit here. City of the Living Dead. They found a mask somehow that resembled this, which blows my fucking mind. The color scheme is perfect. And then now I added these firelights to it. I had these things laying around from my old haunted house days. It's a short ass little 3-foot string. This is good for nothing. Fate, as would it have. This wreath, perfect size for these firelights. Gates of hell, huh? The whole thing's working. It's great. Yeah, I dig it, man. Well done, Bell's Fancy Creations. If you want your custom wreath made, and they'll be happy to do that for you. Pronto, amigo.
Yep, Faye's just threw the link in the comments there.
There you go.
Bam, there it is. There's their Instagram link.
Out of New Mexico. And boy, I tell you, we had more fun this week doing a project for Morgan Crypt. It had way more fun than it had any business being, man. It was great. I can't wait to share it with you guys.
Let's not talk too much about that.
I know. That's why I just said a project. I didn't say what the fuck it was. But it was fucking fun. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait for everyone to see it.
I want that to be a surprise.
It will. It will.
So that's going to be.
That's a deep tease right there. See, I gave them nothing except anticipation.
Yeah, I think they'll like it though. All right, before we get into our topic at hand, but yes, like Bill did already, shoot us your top 5 list for your favorite horror films from 2004. We'll compare notes afterwards. But before we get to all that, we got to thank all of our members and the people that keep this show afloat for helping us out. Special thanks to our final girls and guys, Chris, Lorena, BD, Tyrone, our Crazy Ralphs, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. I finally remembered, Rick, that you asked me to do that like 3 months ago. I was finally messing with graphics today and fixed it. I hope that works for you. If not, let me know what you wanted to say. And of course, thanks to our camp.
Free advertisement that way. Well, he's paying for it, but I mean, hell, why not? I'm fine with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, thanks to our camp counselors, 42nd Street Pete, Corey, Luke, Michigan Dave, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.
Turn it up. Sounded like it sounds like somebody pissing on a shoebox or something on this end. I don't know.
Maybe that's what I'm doing, asshole. Don't call me out.
All right, I don't know. I just saying it didn't sound right.
Well, then do the golf clap.
Okay. Yes, we love you guys. Boy, and I gotta thank the makers of this blueberry lemonade, man. This stuff is indica, and it's brilliant.
Hey, we're not shilling weed on the show.
I said the makers of, not who. Yeah.
Right.
Well done.
If you want to become a member and join that list of fine citizens, check out deathcursesociety.com. I don't know where I'm going with that. Check out deathcursesociety.com. Head on over to the membership page. Check out what tier you'd be interested in, and you get some free swag from time to time.
Coordinates to the compound after the world falls to hell will be given upon membership payments in full.
Absolutely. And of course, one last thank you that we got to do. Our associate producer, C. Faze. He is in the back. There he is. What's up, Faze?
Look at his wreath.
Yeah, look at his wreath.
Got a whole new background going on.
We gotta check out his wreath. Look, there we go.
Oh yeah, this baby lights up too.
Oh, nice.
What the hell? You got it? It's wired up remotely?
Yeah, they got me a little remote. All different settings and stuff.
I didn't get a remote.
What are your records back there? Not to take away anything from the wreath, but what are your records back there? Your 45s.
Well, it's 45s. I'm sure you recognize the ones up there, but the 45s. One of them is Bay City Rollers, Money Honey. Shambhala, Three Dog Night.
Ah.
And The Curse of the Werewolf.
Nice.
My mom made that for me. Lorena made that for me.
Oh, yeah. Lorena.
And of course, Dark Side of the Moon, Fly By Night, Rush, Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd up there.
Oh, yeah. I did notice those, of course.
Brilliant.
And a great clock above that wreath as well.
Yes. Indeed.
Also available at deathcursesociety.com.
I still haven't bought one yet.
I haven't either yet.
The next order is going to be like fucking $300.
It's like one thing I haven't gotten yet. All right. Well, let's see. What's wrong?
I don't have. He's trying to turn off his. He set it to a different setting. He set it to warp speed.
Oh, okay. Keep it on one thing there. There we go. Yep.
Slow fade. Brilliant.
Right. Well, you know what? We're not even we're gonna keep Phase in.
Sure.
Tonight. We're not gonna dip him out because I didn't feel like jacking around with too much of the camera layouts. Honestly, it takes a long time to build these top 5 lists anymore the way we set it up. So I didn't feel like going any further than we absolutely had to. So Ziggy, you started us off last time around, so it looks like I get to take the a Thunder Stealing prick roll for this list. So we'll go ahead and just jump in and get started. Let me make sure I'm getting the right ones here. Yep. Boom. There we go. All right. Starting off with number 5, ladies and gentlemen, from 2004. No one remembers that from like 8 years ago.
Classic. That's a classic cut.
Starting out with number 5, man. These were one I rewatched over the week, and I had seen these before. I've seen all these before, even the ones I rewatched this week, but I fiddled with my arrangement, I think, a little bit, slightly. But I had forgotten how much I really enjoyed this series. And this series actually had 2 entries come out in 2004. So they might both be on the list. But the first one, number 5, Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. Continuation of the first Ginger Snaps, of course. Kind of a weird story with one of the sisters not really being around too much. And but I love the rehab facility that they're in and the situation that Emily Perkins' character is put in the middle of. If you haven't seen the series, there's only 3 of them, but they're fun. And the first one's great. First one's a great werewolf movie, I think. So Ziggy is nodding his head condescendingly, but
No. I'm okay with werewolf movies, but they're not really my go-to when I'm looking for something. I know there's a few people like Colonel, like Seth. He's a big werewolf guy.
oh yeah.
I could take him or leave him. Honestly, I love American Werewolf. I recognize almost perfection. I love The Howling just because that shit was fucked up when I was a kid.
Right. Well, but American Werewolf in London is like probably one of the best horror movies of all time. Not just werewolf movies.
We were just blessed to come up in that era, and
Right.
that happened to come at that time. And it's a werewolf movie that's fucking amazing and scary and funny and everything. So
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm not huge on werewolf movies, but I really enjoyed this one because it portrays the teen characters well, I think. It keeps the monster in the darkness most of the time until close to the end. The transformation is a little more subtle as it goes on. There's not like one 4-minute scene where the wolf just bursts out of a person, but it kind of, you see the wolf kind of gradually taking form on one of the characters. I just think it's a really well done movie. I enjoy this series, and I'll be honest, I didn't get into this series until we started doing this show. I think Colonel actually brought this up at one point years ago when we were first talking. So, thank you, Colonel, I guess. Number 4 for me. I'm kind of number 4 for me. I'm kind of shocked that this is as low as it is on my list, but this top 5 is solid, man. I love all these movies, but number 4 for me is Shaun of the Dead. Probably one of the greatest horror. Yeah, number 4. I know. You're pissed off already.
I'm just curious what's going to be ahead of this.
What could possibly be better?
What's the deal with Airplane Peanuts?
What is the deal with Shaun of the Dead being number 4? No, I'll say this. Probably one of the greatest horror comedies of all time. Definitely top 5 of that. A fun movie. Great performances. It's strange. It is a little strange to me to know that the guy that directed this has evolved so much into what he's directed lately and what he is going to direct. But he still makes some of my favorite movies. Last Night in Soho was one from a couple years. Same director, Edgar Wright. And yeah, he's a cool director. So, but I believe this was his feature debut, and knocked it out of the park with this one, man. This was a great flick, and one of the few like popcorn flicks, I guess you could say, that is on my list. Most of the rest of them are fairly serious, or a little heavier in tone. Well, a lot heavier in tone because this is a horror comedy. But Shaun of the Dead, number 4. Number 3 for me, and I'm kind of shocked that this didn't show up on anything else that you guys sent me. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't be, because it's Stephen King's Secret Window. This movie, when it came out, has such a great twist. You see it coming, but the way they film it, for one thing, is just fucking phenomenal. I love the way it's kind of Brian De Palma-esque, if you will. I love the way it goes through the mirror to the other side when it gets to that point. If you haven't seen it, sorry. But one of Johnny Depp's better performances. Some great supporting cast in this. There we go. Thank you. Nope. Some great supporting cast in this. And, man, just a cool flick. Yeah. Like I was saying, I'm kind of shocked it didn't show up anywhere else. But
Number 6 for me.
yeah, whatever.
It would be on mine.
Number 2 for me, Dawn of the Dead. Yes, a fucking remake. A sequel and a remake made my list. And a parody. So, strange. Interesting. But, again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. This is probably one of the better remakes ever. It definitely took a huge turn from what George Romero was trying to do, but it still held on to some of his sensibilities, but giving it a much more amped up action feel. The casting is great. It's just a fun flick. So can't argue with that, can you, Ziggy?
I can't wait to see number 1.
Oh, you know what number 1 is. Let's see here. Honorable mentions. Yes, the other sequel got in there too. Ginger Snaps Back. The third one, which was kind of a strange one because they go back in time and they portray different characters that have some kind of connection to their present day characters in the original film. But still, fun flick. I watched this one again recently. I actually watched all 3 of them. I hadn't seen them in a while, and just had a good time. Second honorable mention for me. I rewatched this one again, and no, it's not as good as the Japanese original, but it did start a trend in America that kind of opened the doors for J horror, and that's The Grudge. I think this is one of those kind of game-changing horror movies. No, it's not great, but it opened the door to something that we weren't getting at the time, and made J horror a much more popular thing. The fact that we even have a term for it now.
That's the Japanese one?
No, this is the American one. But because this one came out, we had a ton of other, The Ring and Grudge 2 and blah, 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 blah. We had a bunch of J-horror hit, or American remakes of J-horror hit here, which made people like us go, let's look at the originals. And
then say, why the fuck are they fucking up great movies?
They in most instances, they are. This one's not bad. It's done by the same fucking director. So it's not that bad.
There's a whole lot of atmosphere missing that's in the original Japanese one.
There is, but it's still got some great visuals, some great moments. It's far inferior from the original, yes, but it's worthy of an honorable mention, I thought, compared to what else I had on, my reserves at least. And last honorable mention for me is going to be another Stephen King's Riding the Bullet, one of David Arquette's early films. I watched this again recently. I I think I just have a sweet spot for this movie, and I'm not exactly sure why. But I enjoyed it.
Mick Garris directed this, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Barbara Hershey's in it.
I remember it was in like theaters for like a fucking weekend, and that was unheard of back then.
Right. It was, it's not a great movie, but I enjoy this one a lot. So, and if you're playing by process of elimination, you probably already know what my number one is.
I got it.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. It's a movie that changed the game, man. The series is still going. It's Saw. That's one of the things I noticed when we were putting this list together. There was a lot of, I don't want to necessarily say groundbreaking, but very inventive, different things being done, even with remakes like Dawn of the Dead. Who would have thought to have just like amped the action up on George Romero's classic the way that Zack Snyder did? That's pretty good. Shaun of the Dead changed the way people looked at horror comedies, I think. And then Saw brought this whole new, well, maybe not new, but, more of an elevated look at, torture horror or torture porn. So, and of course, Saw has one of the greatest endings of all time. So, fuck. But there you go. There's my top 5 for 2004.
Fuck you!
Hey now.
Whoa, Faith.
Hey now.
What are you doing? All right, yeah, hand check here. No, that's it. It's fine. I mean, dude, I was surprised there were this many even choices in 2004. I was thinking, oh, great, this is going to be one of those ones where I'm going to have to go out and watch 3 or 4 movies just to have enough for the fucking list. But
no,
yeah,
not this one. No, there was a handful of good ones, and there were a few that there were a couple of foreign ones I wanted to go and watch from 2004 this last week, but I just ran out of time.
See, that's what I mean. On my list, you will see the one that turned me to J horror. That I saw, that I just happened to catch, and I was so sucked in by this atmosphere, by this soundtrack, and subtitled.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, dude, I never forgot it.
Well, I put that on my watch list. I'm going to look for it and check it out. So
yeah, it's
I haven't had a chance. I don't think I've had a chance to see that one yet. But
it's one of those things. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and Cinemax was on, and it was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh, okay." I got a drink and sat down and started watching. I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And then I was in. They got me. We'll see. We'll talk about that soon.
All right. Well, I see a bunch of people throwing their list up here.
Let's see it.
Let's see a couple lists here. Let me get out of here, though. Let me switch around here. I wish these were a little bit closer, but they're not.
I was surprised to find out Saw came out in 2004. I thought it was like older than that.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a 90s film.
It kind of plays. It plays like one, kind of, but
yeah,
fresh ass concept. Look at that. They got one set for almost that whole movie.
Pretty much.
And that's one thing I like about that too. Very, and the way they got the funding for it. They filmed a short using that one set, and then showed that off. They were just inventive. I have to give it to James Wan and the crew back then.
No, they've made several.
Yep.
I have them all on DVD.
I don't have them all. I'm going to wait until they wrap up some kind of big box set, and then I'll pick it up.
Wait for the next 10-year break between films.
Right.
I got them all super cheap. I didn't even like them all.
There is a new box set coming out with 1 through 10. I might pick that one up and then let the series keep going for a few more years and then get another one. But
Delayed a whole a year now, so
right. All right. Let's see here. Bill's got his list. He was the first one to throw it up here. Bill says number 5, Hellboy. Number 4, Riding the Bullet. Number 3, Dawn of the Dead. Number 2, Shaun of the Dead. And number 1, Saw. With honorable mentions, Club Dread, Seed of Chucky, and The Grudge. There you go.
there's always one that likes the Seed of Chucky.
Can't argue with that, though.
No, never.
Seed was just not my thing. I think that was where I really started losing interest in the Chucky series. I probably need to go back and watch them again, though, now that I'm into the TV series. But we'll see.
That thing's getting all weird.
Yeah. Getting through all these comments. Rick says about Faze's wreath. Man, he didn't even have to customize his with lights, Ziggy. I think they like him better.
No, dude, I've got no remote, dude. I've got no fades. I've got no random, yeah.
Dude, there's like 3 Enterprises, 4 of them. There's little miniatures. My wreath is loaded, man.
Dude, I got a Gates of Hell, City of the Living Dead fucking wreath, which I didn't think was possible. So I already win. That's the way I look at it.
All right, here's another list from Dr. Smiley, it looks like. Got to read this backwards, though. Number 5, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Number 4, Ginger Snaps 2. Number 3, Dawn of the Dead. Number 2, Shaun. And number 1, Saw. So fairly similar to at least the top 3 for Bill.
Saw getting a lot of love.
Yeah. Yeah, Grizzly right there says, yes, all 3 Ginger Snaps are good.
All right, I'll go down that road again. It's been a while.
There's Peter Anthony right there. What's up, my friends?
Woo!
Be careful with that gym girl that you're eyeing in there, buddy. Zaddy.
I know, I was like, Zaddy, and I was like, oh.
Don't be that guy, Zaddy. if you're not friends with Peter Anthony on Facebook, you're not gonna get that, but maybe you will. Who knows?
Working hard on his debut feature film, I think. So, like, it's original feature film.
He is.
Laugh. He's got a whole second crowdfunding tier coming at us, and he's going to rejoin us when that's getting closer to launch. Probably sometime in the summer.
Yeah. All right, we got Joshua's list here. Let's see. Number 5, Secret Window. Number 4, Ginger Snaps. Number 3, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Number 2, Dawn of the Dead. And number 1, Shaun of the Dead. No Saw, huh?
See, it's
interesting.
Not for everybody.
Christopher's got his. Number 5, Club Dread. Number 4, Shaun of the Dead. Number 3, Seed of Chucky. Number 2, Saw. And number 1, Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
That's a good list there. I like that one.
Well, I see, and it's crazy because, I think all 3 of us have something different at number 1. So, and that's cool. I mean, on any given day, my top 3 could shift,
Yep. I don't know. It's subjective and, to each their own kind of thing. But, nobody's wrong here. That's how we do it. It's fun. And, again, I was just happy that I only had to watch a couple of movies instead of, like, 4.
All right. Well, there we go. Corey's got a recommendation. Malevolence. What's up, Corey? Thanks for tuning in. Says Malevolence, definitely a sleeper gem of a movie for 2004. I'll put it on my list.
Few slashers we got that year.
Yeah, I will put it on my list. Looks like Patricia's got a list here. Number 5, Malevolence, which, there we go, just mentioned. Number 4, Seed of Chucky. Number 3, Saw. No, number 2, Ginger Snaps 2. And number 1, Shaun of the Dead. Honorable mentions: Hellboy, The Grudge, Dark Harvest, and Dead and Breakfast. All right. Very nice. Very. Christopher says Saw should have been a one and done. Yeah.
I think it'd have more of a cult thing then, but
I can
money
agree with that.
when it made that much fucking money off that little ass micro budget they had.
Hell, that thing's
You
made
knew
billions. The series has made billions since.
you
So
knew that they were gonna churn these bitches out.
I halfway agree with you, at least in the point of the movies got too damn convoluted after like 3. Like when they were trying to reintegrate timelines and past characters and reintroduce things and blah 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 blah.
Right.
It got a little twisted and weird, but
It's the time, you know what I mean? The pitfall they all hit, and they try to redo the same thing, and they try to just give you too many questions and whys without any answers. And
right.
same thing ends up being the death of the franchise. And then they wait 10 years and give you Saw X.
All right. Tarek says he's got his list. Number 5, Secret Window. Number 4, The Village. Interesting. That was pretty close to probably being on mine, but I felt like I needed to give that another rewatch, and because I haven't seen that in years. Number 3, Shaun of the Dead. Number 2, Dawn of the Dead. Honorable mentions: Hellboy and The Grudge, and number 1, Saw. There we go. Yep. Here we go. Here's the man with the rare movies to look at. Not rare, just offbeat, I guess we could say. James says, I don't have a list this time, but I would recommend Spider Forest and Calvary. Our Point is good too, if a bit generic.
Let's
see here. He's got a few more recommendations. Let me get through these real quick. Feng Shui is pretty good. I might be the only one here who has seen any Pinoy horror. He also says Satan's Little Helper is fun, and he really enjoyed Hair High. Not Hair Pie, but Hair High. Oh. Can we even say that anymore? I
don't know how to say it.
I don't think that's... I think that's not supposed to be said.
Might be on the list.
He also says, check out Marabito also. Yeah, I saw that was one I wanted to watch this weekend, or this week, but I just couldn't get to it.
This list really was about 50-50, like foreign stuff to American stuff in 2004. I mean, a shit ton was just Japanese and Netherlands and shit. So it was all over the place.
Right. All right. Well, it looks like all the stuff for there. Ziggy, are you
do you want to
ready
throw Colonels up there?
You want to do Colonels first?
Sure.
All right. Hold on. Let's switch back to this.
Oh, let me tell you.
We're just going to show you Colonel's list all at once here. As soon as I get that moved. I'm not going to do a countdown for him since he's not here, but that's all right. That's right. Here's Colonel's list, though. Number 5, Exorcist: The Beginning, which this is probably why he's not here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? No way.
Yeah.
He's
no wonder
with us. He's got to be playing with us. He did not look at.
He knew that he was going to 2004. He was going to tsunami this whole fucking show with that right there. He knew it. He knew what he was doing.
Or maybe he hasn't seen that many from 2004.
Shit. Well, when that first time that's his first thing he answers when he walks in here next time, man.
Colonel,
there's worse.
Explain yourself.
There's worse.
There are worse in 2004, but not. I mean, not Stepford Wives. The remake of the Stepford Wives. The remake of the Stepford Wives was in 2004, and that's awful.
Oh man.
All right. Anyway, yeah. Exorcist the Beginning, number 5 for the Colonel. Number 4, Hellboy. Number 3, Saw. 3 Saw? Wow. 2,
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead. Honorable mentions: Club Dread, Puppet Masters versus Demonic Toys, and Ginger Snaps Back. Ah, the prequel. Okay. And then number 1, Shaun of the Dead for Colonel.
I
All
believe it.
right. All right. Ziggy?
What? What did you say?
He gets that instead of.
That's not the drop I was looking for, but all right.
There.
He's not here to protest.
He gets one of these for Exorcist, though. My God.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting list, Colonel. It's too bad you're not here to defend yourself.
I know.
It's an interesting
but-
question from Rick.
But yeah, I just saw that. I just saw this. Is The Exorcist Beginning better than Believer? I'd have to watch them both. Well, no, I'm not watching them both again, but I would have to watch the beginning again.
Yeah.
And I do actually want to go through and watch Dominion and the beginning, like back to back at some point.
Oh man.
Yeah, I want to torture myself for a whole 4.5 hours.
And this job's starting to fucking suck sometimes. Ugh,
I
I'd have
can't
to
answer
watch
you, Rick.
the beginning.
Ziggy, can you answer him?
I can't. I'd have to watch the beginning for sure. I mean, I've seen Exorcist, the new one, recently enough to have an opinion on that and how they screwed it up. But is it worse than this one? Fuck, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'd have to check it all out again.
I
can't
don't
answer
remember.
that either.
I don't remember being pissed off the first time after I watched the beginning. I do remember being pissed off at Believer because it just completely threw shit in the face of the original movie, basically.
Yeah, the beginning, it was, I was like, wow, that was a whole lot of, that's right.
There you go. Good job. Tarek's got a good one here. He says, I kind of liked either Dominion or the beginning, but I can't remember which is which.
That's a good point, man. They're,
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
yeah.
They kind of blend.
All right, Ziggy, let's get your list going. Bam!
Oh, shit. I guess I got to pull that thing up, don't I? I got it.
I got it.
And you got it.
No, I got it.
All right. Yeah. You guys probably aren't going to like my list too much, I think, now that I've seen the other ones and what everyone's been posting. But nevertheless, it's already in stone, so I'll live by it. Number 5. Huge fan of the Broken Lizard Troupe, Club Dread, a comedy slasher. Fun. It's just fucking fun. The first of 2 comedy horrors I have on my list. And,
Let me ask you a question before you move on. I've never seen this. Would this make it on my list?
Yeah, because it's funny, dude.
Really?
These guys are. You've seen Beer Fest, or you've seen Super Troopers?
It is funny.
It's funny, dude.
It'll easily make an honorable mention for you at least.
Honorable mention probably for Craig. I think that's fair. Maybe 5. Same place.
I think I've seen parts of Super Troopers, but yeah, never seen the whole movie.
Bill Paxton's in Club Dread, man. He's like a Margarita Bill.
Yeah.
That's kind of his thing. He's almost like the same type of, star like that. He hangs out at this resort, and just watch it. There's much worse shit out there than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize in advance. Number 4, I just was never a huge fan of this series. I do appreciate it for what it did for taking a left turn for horror. It's Saw. And I guess I'm not it's funny. I like the Cronenberg style stuff, but this was a little bit, I don't know, man. Again, I wasn't really going to movies at this time. I didn't see Saw until a couple years later. And they already had fucking 4 of them out, 3, 4 of them out by then. They were like every Halloween there was a new Saw.
Yeah, that first 5 or 6 years it was.
Yeah, man. Just boom, they were cranking them out. And I dig the first 3 a lot. Right when it starts to fall off, that's when they start putting all the branches out into different things and past characters, and it's like, okay, I've lost interest. Very much in the vein of Paranormal Activity. How I was like, Jesus Christ, I have a life to live. I can't keep track of all this shit. I don't have time. So so number 4, it did make the list. It made the main list, and on a different day, who knows? It could even be a click or two higher. I don't know. Number 3, this is the one I woke up middle of the night, Cinemax, and caught this from the beginning, subtitled. I hate subtitled movies at this time back then, and fuck, this thing disturbed the fuck out of me, man. The lighting, the whole atmosphere, this creepy, drony ass fucking soundtrack. It's Infection. They bring in this body into a hospital that's got this black funk on it, and then the dude just starts leaking shit all over the place, and it's almost like green shit leaks out of your eyes. It's like an Ebola that turns you into a killer. It's fucking disgusting, and but it's so disturbing. It's great. I loved it. This is like one of the first J horror movies I went like, geez, these guys, what the fuck is going on over there? They're fucking disturbed. Something's wrong here. And stuff like this is what led to the sadness of today and stuff. This was the beginning of it.
I can see that.
Yeah. Oh man, I just love this one. But yeah, number 3 on this list. Number 2, and I went back and forth with this, with number 1. It could have easily, and again, another day, it could be at the top of the list, but today it's at number 2. It's Shaun of the Dead. It's great. It's not too long. It has good gore and horror. It tugs at your heartstrings with his mom's relationship and everything. It has everything. And it's just funny. I understand why people get a little annoyed with it, with the oblivious tone they kind of take, but that is the whole point of it. And it's got a silly ending, but this is a comedy, dude. It's a dark comedy, and that's what it's all about. Shaun of the Dead, one of the best 2004 had to offer. All right, honorable mentions. I went with Tobe Hooper, one of the, he did still making movies. Toolbox Murders is a remake. It's a little more slasher style this time around, but still kind of weak. Not as good as his other stuff. It's just not.
Is this based on the true story?
Right. They tried to.
Is it though?
They take liberties. They take all the liberties with it. So it's what I mean? They tried to sensationalize the fuck out of it. So that's why something was lost in translation from what they were trying to do. And then I think they had the name. So they, you know what I mean? No good. Honorable mention number 2, Hellboy.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, dude. Ron Perlman as Hellboy is one of my favorite, takes on the character. He's good. That remake they did is cool too, but I mean, Perlman had it down. He had the comic book Hellboy down to a fucking T. The fucking quips, the one-liners, just the crap. That whole thing. He was great. He was fucking great. Second one, not as good, but I wish they would have gave him the third one just to close the fucking trilogy out with it. It would have been so good. My third and last honorable mention, and boy, this could have been 5. Salem's Lot remake. I don't like it anywhere. You can't like it anywhere near the original. You can't. But I dig the way they approached it, man. It's pretty good. Go ahead.
I saw a comment when I was looking for the poster today.
Yeah.
For the graphic. I saw a comment on there that was just like, I hate to say it, but I like this one a lot better than the original. And then 5,000 replies underneath that, just like, are you fucking insane?
Yeah, man.
This movie does have the distinctive honor of being one of the few horror movies I fell asleep during, like the first time around. But I made a point to circle back and go to it. Now, this was years ago when, I don't think it was 2004, but somewhere in there I saw it. And when it finally got released, I definitely gave it a hard look. So that's why, I mean, it's pretty solid if it wasn't Salem's Lot. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing, so, and I'm surprised it didn't make Crank's list. This is a slow burn as it fucking gets, man.
Well, the problem is I remember liking it back in the day.
Right.
But I haven't seen it in almost 20 years. So, and I looked for it, but I didn't want to buy it. and that was pretty much.
Isn't it like $29 or some shit too?
Yeah, I couldn't find it, for like even cheap rent or free anywhere. So I was just like, yeah, that one's probably not going to make my list. But yeah, because nothing about it, even from 20 years ago, stood out to me. So it was
it pales.
Yeah.
I mean, even when they go for those scenes, those key scenes,
to recreate them. Yeah,
it's just sad.
Right.
But that being said, it does have some good stuff. It's
still good enough for number 8.
It gets quite scary at points too. They do ramp it up, but boy, I think it could have been this could have been a fucking top choice of that year. If they would have done it just a little different. But that's it.
But this was probably also one of the last like Stephen King miniseries they did on TV, wasn't it?
I think this was the last one of the deal. That they banged out like the Stand and all that shit, and then
they did like 8 in a row every year. They did like one. They did the Stand, Rose Red, and I still love Rose Red. Langoliers was in there somewhere.
I just remember being so stoked that they were doing this again, and then kind of like, oh, geez,
Storm of the Century was in there somewhere.
But there it is. It's an honorable mention. Give it some love as we go to number 1 on my list. I was adamantly against this idea when I first heard it, and I was not going to go see it. I wasn't going to patronize and give money to it because I was that strongly against anybody fucking with my Dawn of the Dead. This was before Halloween got remade too, so you know what I'm saying? These are my 2 fucking babies, and they're going to go and try to remake this. Sci-Fi Channel did the brilliant thing, or they paired with Sci-Fi to show the first 10 minutes of this film. Yep. That 10 minutes of that movie. Mm-hmm. I was like, holy shit. I couldn't wait to go see it after that.
Because doesn't it end with the first zombie like running after the car, and that's where they cut off the 10 minutes?
Yeah, when
or whatever?
They pan out and show her heading to the city, and everything's in chaos, and the car's crashing all over the place, and then it's like Dawn of the Dead in theaters Friday.
Yep.
Dawn of the Dead, yes. Zack Snyder took this. He convinced them to allow him to do what he wanted to do with it, because a lot of people were going like, "Don't do this. You're gonna ruin your career with this." He did not.
He didn't have a career before this, did he?
This is what put him on the fucking map. And running zombies, I understand, but again, this was his version. What I love to say about this movie, an awesome tribute to the source material. Best way to look at it. Because he made it his own, but it still has that Dawn in the mall surviving kind of thing, which is funny. A little more humor, and there's a few more people around this time trying to rescue the gun salesman across the way, getting them some food and everything. It's just a great tale, man, and you just very, very tense, very tense.
That was
a cool war.
Yeah, that was a cool storyline though with the guy across the way.
Very cool. That would have been great to see something like that in the first one too. Like someone else is pinned up and stuck, but they can't get to him. But again, this movie is great. This is easily the number 1. And, maybe Shaun of the Dead too. I've said that it could flip either day, but I'm very high on Dawn of the Dead as a remake. Probably the strongest remake of movies I love from the 80s is Dawn of the Dead, and I'll leave it at that, man.
And then 1 year later, with the fog.
Oh, did you just say it?
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
I had.
You're not supposed to say it. Crank, did he get the memo on movies that aren't to be named on this show?
I didn't get that memo.
I think he got this memo.
And then I'll give him this memo. I'll give him that memo for a minute.
Wait, we said we weren't going to.
No, he's in timeout for bringing up that movie. That's it.
Well, fine. All right.
We'll get him back for the next segment.
This was for your list, but then shit went off the rail.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Jesus Christ!
All right, he's back.
He's back. Don't worry, folks. He's back. All right. Let's see here. Where do we end off here? Well, Bill has given a ranking to everybody. He says Colonel's list is a 7 out of 10. Where did mine go? I saw it a little bit ago. I guess I redeemed myself for something. I can't remember what right now, but he gives me a 7.5. And where'd it go? There it is. Nope, that is Colonel's. I just saw yours too. There it is. You guys are slamming the comments. I love it. Ziggy's got an 8 out of 10. So
That's right. I thought not having C to Chucky might hurt me on that, but thank you.
I guess Ziggy wins this round for Bill's sake, at least.
Dawn of the Dead. I think that's pretty easy. I gave a hint tonight. This is the original, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Grizzly says, Infection, did not see that one on any of the lists. Great addition. Nice. Joshua says, my 5-year-old daughter loves Shaun of the Dead.
Hell yeah, man. Raising her right. Raising her right.
Hold on. You can't. There we go. Now I can. Bronson, what's up, Bronson? Says, great selection of movies. Thanks for tuning in, man.
We got a ton. Yeah, Infection totally by accident, man. I was just absolutely waking up right when it was coming on. I was like,
I'll be looking for that soon.
Yeah.
James says, I get what Ziggy is saying about the Salem's Lot remake. It's decent. So.
If the other one didn't exist, it'd be pretty fucking good.
And if we ever get this new one,
where's it? Oh yeah, we'll have to debate it. We'll have to tear them apart and see which one and rank those 3.
Yeah. Bill says Rose Red was awesome. I just brought when we were talking about that. Rose Red. Dr. Smiley says Rose Red was amazing. One of the best Stephen King miniseries. I agree, definitely. Yeah. That probably, in my opinion, was the best miniseries. Storm of the Century, maybe a close second. Not counting It. I love It too, but I'm talking about that period of time where they did like one every year. I think It came. Well, no, I guess It was the first one they did.
It was 1990. Oh no, wait, maybe that was The Stand. Fuck, I don't remember.
No,
let me look it up. Phase.
Yeah.
Where are we at? It, the original. Stand is 1990. I'm almost sure of it.
No, Stand
94.
wasn't that old.
94?
94, maybe. Yeah.
It's a lot of pot, folks. I don't know, man.
But yeah.
What do you think?
I guess it would have been my second favorite Stephen King miniseries.
It's because of the cast.
Yeah. Oh, dude. The cast was great. There we go. Tarek says 94 for The Stand. Yes.
Then 90 has to be It.
Yeah. It was 90. I remember that now.
TV show. I graduated that fucking year, man.
Yeah.
I remember.
So interesting list there, Ziggy. Let's throw all these lists up side by side here.
Yeah, you need to watch Club Dread, bro. You got to definitely watch Club Dread.
I'll get to Club Dread at some point.
That should be readily available, probably on Tubi or something.
Yeah.
They don't have to edit nothing out of that.
FaZe, did you find the? Was it 90?
It's not listing them in chronological order, but 1990 looks to be the newest. So yeah, and that's It. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Got to hide you for a minute. Boom.
1990.
Yeah, 1990. Let's see. So yeah, all 3 of us had something different for the number 1, but well, no. We had Saw, Dawn, and Shaun all within the top 4. So that's pretty similar. I think Colonel is fucking with us with The Exorcist. I really do. He has to be. He can't be serious.
Now he's sitting on the bench watching us going.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Washing his dick.
Yeah.
That's not bad of a list right there.
The Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I'll admit that is silly fun.
I have to watch that one again. I tried to start watching all the Puppet because I got that big box set last year. Tried to start watching all those, but
I used to do those subscription boxes like 10 years ago, you know, like the
Mhm.
box of bread and all that. And they'd always have one of those in there. I got the fucking gingerbread man versus the evil bong and shit like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of these I never opened. That one I opened and I was like, holy shit, pretty fun.
nice. All right. One other thing to look at. Of course, we did do our YouTube poll, and
This will be interesting.
I was actually kind of shocked by it.
Have you looked
By
at
the
it,
numbers?
FaZe? Have you looked at it, FaZe?
What?
The YouTube poll.
The poll? Not recently. If it changed, no.
Right. I
Just
haven't
saw
looked
it
recently
yesterday.
either. All right,
All
go
right,
ahead.
so-
Let's just see it.
No, so what's number one?
It's got to be Saw, right?
Number one was Saw. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. What was last on the poll? There was only 4 options, so
Yeah, the last one was surprising. I'm trying to think. Wasn't
better-
that Sean?
Better not be Dawn or Sean. That would be fucking
I
messed
think it
up.
might have been Sean on last, because I don't think a lot of people know about that one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Fif-
Well,
55
Dawn was first, of course.
55% say Dawn of the Dead is their favorite movie from 2004, with a tie at 16% for Saw and The Grudge, and then a lowly 13% for Shaun of the Dead.
That makes more sense. Dawn of the
That surprised the shit out of me that Dawn is 3 times as popular.
Dead. That's
Validates
a
the
lot.
top of my list.
You know,
Crazy.
I feel like a lot of people don't know about Shaun of the Dead. Like, I don't know.
That's
It's a
possible.
good one, but
Just didn't give it a real shot, you know.
this that blew me away though as I was watching that poll take place. You know, because at first it was like they were all fairly even. It was like 20, 30, 30, 20. You know, boom, 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 boom. They were real close. And they even kind of shifted a little bit. And then like 3 days in, it was just like Dawn just started like just climbing and
Nice.
putting everything else in the dust. I was like, all right, well, there we go.
there it goes.
There you go, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah. Congrats, I guess, Zach. He doesn't watch our show.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got some more top 5 lists of your own, throw them in the comments. We'll get to those here. Well, let's just do those right now.
Were there any more?
Yeah, I think there was one more that came through.
I must have missed it.
All right.
Oh,
Gina
yeah.
says,
Right there.
hey guys, sorry so late, but my top 5, gotta go backwards here. 5, The Village. 4, Van Helsing. Yeah, I need to watch that again too. 3, Dawn of the Dead. 2, Shaun of the Dead, and 1, Starship Troopers. Huh. Okay. We'll allow it, I guess.
Starship
I'll take
Troopers.
it.
Is that 04?
1997, I think.
Dude, that seems a little.
Look that up. Maybe there was a sequel.
Oh, I bet there was a sequel.
So there's the 97, but maybe there is. Yeah, there's a 2004 Starship Troopers 2, Hero of the Federation. I am not familiar with that one.
All right. Honorable mentions were Parasite, Hellboy, and Dracula 3000. Woof.
Hey. Oh, The Village. See, The Village? I don't know how I overlooked that one, man.
I don't know how you guys overlook fucking Secret Window. God damn.
I like Secret Window. It's all right. It would be in
More
mine.
of a thriller.
Me.
Me, it is a thriller. I like Johnny Depp and John.
Leguizamo.
Jesus. Not Leguizamo. It's I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
Yeah, if you're calling him John, you're thinking of the guy from Rounders.
Yeah, wasn't his
I can't think of his name though right now.
starts with a T.
Let's see. Grizzly's got a good point here. He thinks that maybe the poll and ratings of it, at least, thinks that reflects more that people think of Shaun of the Dead as a comedy,
It's
which I could
possible.
see.
It is,
It's reasonable.
I mean, but it's one of those nuanced things, It's a dark comedy with some blood and death.
There we go. Yeah. Well, damn. Are we done with the list?
Yeah, we don't
All right.
have.
Good night,
Hey,
everybody.
Hey, what's your list? Let's have it.
I didn't really make one. I mean,
Oh, it was hard not to throw them out of there.
Saw would probably be number one. Dawn of the Dead would be two. It'd be between those two.
Yeah.
There is one 2004 movie that I kind of want to bring up. I haven't seen anyone else bring up. Fuck
Go ahead.
I don't think a lot of people probably don't know about this. Crank heard me kind of bitch about it a little bit the other night when I was looking up other 2004 movies.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah. It's so bad. So I was a college student. I remember like everything now with this movie. I didn't at the time. I was a college student. I was at the used DVD store. I see this DVD, Alien 3000. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is there an Alien movie that I missed? This is my favorite series. I've never heard of this. So I pick it up. And oh my God, first of all, this is like Alien bootleg. Like it's not anywhere attached to the series. This movie sucks so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like the fucking costume is whack. Like these people, like they're like, it's like guarding like a fucking like hoard of gold, like a fucking dragon, dude. This shit is so dumb. This movie sucked.
Well, now I have
just
to
wanted
watch.
bring it up.
How much did you pay for?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was a cheap store. It was probably only like $2 or $3.
Alien 3000.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're not alone, FaZe. Grimmer's seen it.
Somebody's
Alien.
seen it. It's so bad.
Wow.
And Dr. Smiley says, it has Lorenzo Lamas.
And it throws you off too because the cover, it looks a little bit like the Xenomorph, but no, the costume is fucking whack, dog. It's so bad.
I have to watch this now. We should spend the next hour just all watching it and
God.
reacting to it.
Man.
Yeah, we do have to fill in 50 minutes.
We don't have to, but
There you go.
I think it's
That's my.
I don't mind hanging out tonight. Last week I'd have been all like, all right. We ended up going an extra 20 minutes last week.
That's true.
we have gone over the last couple of weeks, but I figured with a top 5 list.
Yeah, we don't got the Colonel either. He's the one that's got to go to bed.
Right. But top 5 list for Colonel, that's 30 minutes right there.
Yeah.
Guess it's free on YouTube.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, man.
I don't recommend it. Even for free.
FaZe, would Alien versus Predator be on your top 5 list? Even
Yeah,
as
it
an
was
honorable
2004, wasn't it?
Yep.
That would be on the bottom 5 for sure. If we were to do a bottom 5, I do not fucking like that one.
No.
I know people that love AVP. I'm not one of them.
Well, they have those badass comic books.
Is that the one where they're dropped onto the planet as like not like criminals or whatever? Is that one?
Wasn't that Predators?
That was Predators, yeah.
Yeah, that was an AVP.
AVP was a comic book, and they said, we're going to make this into a movie, and everybody went, fuck yeah! And then they made it, and it was not what anybody
fire. Yeah.
I don't remember much other things being hyped like that was.
There was a lot of hype behind it, yeah.
And it was I was just like, wow, I was like, this can't miss. They can't fuck this up.
Oh, they can't. Oh, dude, you can't say that. They can, and they will.
And they will.
I'm 20 years wiser now, and
it's not a good time for movies.
That was part of the education, was watching that garbage. And then they fired out like 3, 4 more of those.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's right. It was in Antarctica.
Really. Yeah.
I'll throw that up.
Well, what else are we talking about, boys? Got any? I have no random topics. If you're expecting me to save the next hour, because I don't.
All right.
I thought we'd at least be closer to an hour and a half, just bitching at each other about our list. But
on the different things. Well, I mean, fuck, dude.
I don't have anything to bitch about on this list.
Just like 2004 was
Yeah.
okay.
The stuff that was good stood out easily.
It was easy for those
Yeah.
movies to be at the top.
Yeah. I guess I'll give Club Dread a view, and then I'll look at some of those that Grimmer recommended, because I do like seeing some of his randomness.
Try to watch Infection.
I've already put Infection on my watch list. So
I may check that out too. That sounds interesting.
Just, because the doctor's like, get him out of here. They kind of quarantine him, and the ooze is all on the floor and shit.
there we go. Christopher says his bottom 3 of 2004: The Grudge, Van Helsing, and Alien vs. Predator.
There you go.
Van Helsing, even I can almost forgive, but
You forgot Alien 3000 there, Christopher. Sorry.
Probably hasn't seen it.
God,
Which good for him.
Yeah, right.
That's when you get into the mindset of just why they. Someone thought this was a good idea to get out and do this and make this, and this was their dream and stuff. This was their shot, and that Alien 3000. What the fuck is going on around here?
Well, there was a Dracula 3000 that same year. Somebody had it on one of their lists. I think.
Yeah,
Patricia, maybe. I remember seeing that at some point.
Might have been.
Dr. Smiley, I don't think I can answer this question. Dr. Smiley wants to know, I guess I'm on a full moon kick since we were talking about Puppet Master and demonic toys. What are your favorite full moon movies? Ooh. I love Puppet Master. That's about it.
That's a good one.
The Baby Oopsie was kind of ridiculously, stupidly fun.
Puppet Master for me always comes to mind because it's what I've seen the most from them. I know I've seen a plethora of full moon titles that I was kind of like, fuck, that's pretty forgettable.
Yeah, I have to let me.
Don't you bought that monster box set?
Yeah, but it's all Puppet Master.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, it's a sweet ass set.
It is a sweet ass set, but I just got that more for looks. I even told you guys when I was buying it, I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of the series, but maybe I'll like it.
Fuck, look at that. When they give you a presentation like that.
Subspecies was pretty. It started good.
Subspecies?
Yeah.
Kevin Sparatus?
Full Moon made arcade. Oh, wow. That was okay.
I kind of halfway remember Stuart Gordon's version of Pit and the Pendulum, but not super well.
Yeah, I remember going like, didn't need this after watching that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Not really an Evil Bong fan.
So,
I don't think I ever saw any of the Gingerbread Man.
Was that Gary Busey?
Gingerbread Man?
Yeah. Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at a list of titles. But yeah. Puppet Master and Subspecies are about it for me, I guess.
Subspecies was all right. So. Plus, like I said, when that dude came back to the franchise, he was all excited about it.
Dr. Smiley said, "Did you get the puppet cabinet?" Yes.
He certainly did.
And it's just gorgeous, man.
It's well crafted. They threw in a bunch of little action figures with it to display on the fucking thing. It's fantastic. And it was well cheaper than what they were selling it for.
Okay, cool. I'm showing solid on my end in response to you. All right.
It happens.
But I do have storms coming in, so that might be part of it, but I think I'm all right.
We had a connection thing come in, just
right. BK wants to know when are Crank and the Colonel and Phase 2 maybe swinging back up to the mitten state?
Phase 2, definitely, and I'm not sure. I love Michigan.
Well, Motor City Nightmares is in the summer, as we know.
July.
Late July. So, like I said, we're trying to
Kinda
reach
busy
out to
around
them and hopefully get booked in there, but nothing's happened yet. And we're still working on it.
They're not
So
paying.
yeah, they don't. I don't think they have it in the budget for us,
Yeah.
um, but we'll be there. I think if these guys want to come down, yeah, we'll certainly make an appearance up there
Yeah.
again. Get everyone up there and go to Bees again. And please don't invite that drunken idiot over.
Yeah,
Hopefully
no.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Frank's just coming for the food.
But yeah, dude, I will come up there for the food. I can make that probably happen.
Busy's is good. I remember that.
I'm talking about going to BK's for food.
BK.
Oh yeah, I want to. That sounded amazing too. I would love to meet you, BK, and meet your cooking. But of course, I want to meet you too, man.
And meet
I've known
your
you for years,
and meet your cooking. Jesus Christ.
dude. From what I've heard from Crank, dude, you sound amazing, like an amazing cook.
Oh,
I
dude,
like good food, like Crank does.
I am the foodie of the bunch, I guess, or one of them at least.
Ain't fucking me.
It ain't you.
Somehow, the major stoner is not the foodie.
Hmm.
I'm like a mix of you two. Smoke a ton of weed, and I love good food.
He's our illegitimate son.
Oh God, I'm okay with that.
How did that happen?
Friday the 13th game.
Yeah.
Let's not get into genetics. Never mind.
What happens at summer camp stays at summer camp, right?
Right.
Oh my God!
Don't go there.
No.
I know what you're thinking, but don't go there. Oh man. All right. What else? What else can we talk about here, folks? Throw us some
40 minutes.
throw some question out there.
Yeah, a little short.
We can do a little
I don't know.
AMA, as Colonel
Yeah.
likes to do the AMA. Ask us anything. What do you want to know? What's happening?
AUA, I guess.
Yeah, AUA.
I know I have fucking questions, man. Like,
Oh, BK says that guy hasn't been in his house ever since.
wonderful.
Good.
We're gonna get our dicks out now. Measure our dicks.
No, stop.
Oh.
I don't even want to think about that right now. Would you stop? Seriously, please. All right. Bill wants to know. I didn't think this was a serious question, but how about Halloween Pussy Trap Kill Kill?
Yeah, isn't that one of the?
Is that a full moon? I have no idea. I'm not that well versed in the full
One
moons.
of them Jap horror ones, J horror ones.
J horror ones, you mean?
I know. I was like Japanese, and I just stopped at the first syllable, and wait, it's called J horror, so let's just call it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called.
I was gonna say Japanese horror.
Oh, hair pie.
I wasn't gonna go there.
I can't say anything about it, Bill. So I don't know anything about it. But,
Yeah, we don't. Porno horror. There's boarding house.
he
It's not
he
really-
says don't lie, Ziggy. You watched it when I told you about it.
No, I don't. I won't acknowledge. I'm still trying to shake the stink off of the last week. So
Get the fog out of your head, fog out of your brain, literally
I'm sorry. The what?
the brain fog.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have to kick you out now too?
Nope.
See, there you go. That's a good one.
Fuck you. Christopher wants to know Maxine trailer. Discuss. I'm psyched, man. Can't wait. Ziggy.
Fuck yeah, man. This is totally stoked. And then you find out the Night Stalker is part of the story. This is fucking going to be cool, man.
Yeah.
There's going to be some fucking nasty shit happening. And it's in the 80s. Everything's good about this. There's nothing bad about that whole thing. I
Right.
can't wait.
And there's supposed to be a pretty cool cameo around the Bates Motel set.
I saw that.
They haven't revealed who or what that is yet. So
I just read, oh my God, Crank's going to love this.
I Yeah, this dude, Ty West has not done anything wrong yet, as far as I can see. But he's had his lower budget stuff, and he's had, now that he's finally getting some recognition. I'm glad he's getting the shots that he's getting. X and Pearl have been two of my favorites from the last, couple years. I can't wait for Maxine.
He even said it.
exciting.
He
Well,
said,
she said this is the best one. This is the best script out of all three of them.
but he was talking about the styles and why they shot him at like the 70s porn style, and then Pearl in its old golden age of movies style.
Mhm.
And now we're in that neon 80s style, which I fucking love.
Giallo.
And the fact that he's going to, use that, it's got, it can't miss. We already been treated to how his brain works. So I love this character. I can't wait to see this version.
Yeah.
Of what it's going to be.
I'm ready for sure.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. That's been on top of near the top of the list the whole preview.
You can't. You guys kept bitching that she kept looking at you weird, so I kind of hit her tonight. But she's on my wall for a reason. I dig her style, man. Oh, that's a good comparison, dude. Christopher says Maxine has that Michael Mann vibe. Yeah, no shit. That's exactly right. Yeah. So, still waiting on a release date for that, though. Come on, A24, look us up.
We're going to be in Indianapolis, I think. Could be somewhere in July, so that would be about perfect.
Yeah, that's true. Have they dropped the release date?
No, I don't think so, but I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they did. July 5th.
Oh, fuck day. Well, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, ding! That's right on.
That's what I've got anyway. So
perfect.
Confirm that for me if you would, Faze, please.
What?
Don't do that. Let me see if anybody else.
5th.
All right. Joshua wanted to know top 5 84 horror. We've done that topic somewhere.
I threw up a link.
And Faze threw up a link. So check that out at some point. You can see what we got there. 84, of course, Friday 4 was there.
Final chapter. Yep.
Yeah, final chapter.
Sure.
So that was probably in my number 1 area.
Wasn't there a Nightmare movie too?
Nightmare on Elm Street,
the original Nightmares.
Original?
Came out that year. Yeah, that's a good fucking year, man.
Hell
I think that's 1 and 2 right there.
Probably. I'd have to look at my list to be able to tell you.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, do you remember the date that was on that one? When we did that, 1984?
It said a year ago. It didn't give an exact date. I would have to go in the studio.
That's fine. It's been probably closer to a year and a half, but it's
probably.
Yeah. Bronson wants to know, what is your favorite Michael Myers moment?
Mine is from part 2, right at the end, where he's fighting Loomis. He's all blinded, and Loomis is like opening up all the gas cans and shit, or whatever the fuck those were. He's all hacking away.
Yep.
Trying to find him. And then Loomis lights up the lighter and everything blows up. That's always been my favorite moment in the whole Halloween series. Yes.
As much as some people knock part 2, I like that ending.
It's my favorite of the series. I mean, I love the original, but Halloween 2 has always stuck out to me a little bit more, just personally.
Interesting. Ziggy?
Wow. So much. I mean, it'd be easy just to go right to the ending and the sit up.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the laundry yard drying scene when he's just staring up at the window and the way that music hits, I was not ready for that. First time I saw that shit, and that's one of the scars that'll never go away. That still trips me out and makes my hair stand up a little bit every time I watch that scene. That when he's just standing out amongst the blowing laundry, and the
It's a good
music
one.
kicks right in, man. And that's my favorite Michael Myers moment.
That's a great one. The sit up is a great one.
Setup is
The appearing out of the shadows is the first one is filled with so many great ones. Two has a couple of good moments, you know, with the one Faye's mentioned, him just walking through the glass door.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna go a little outside the box though. I think I'm gonna go with H2O. And the moment that he and Jamie Lee Curtis come face to face with that round window in between them, because that moment took 20 years to come back to, and that moment was well fucking done.
She nailed it. The look on her face is absolutely how it should be.
Yeah.
So, like what?
That,
no,
I knew it was you, but the terror is there. You know.
You see, I was wrestling with the end of H2O2. That is another one of my favorite fucking moments, as long as you disregard the following movie.
Right.
If it ends right there with him beheaded, that's probably my favorite Michael Myers moment. Well, man, it's my favorite Jamie Lee Curtis moment. You know, Laurie Strode, she's one last man standing at that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I'll stay with the laundry yard.
As a girl, I've got that drawing over on my wall over there.
I know, dude. I fucking love that thing. That's
That thing is awesome.
That would be.
Here's an interesting question. BK wants to know, if someone gave you a blank check to make a movie, what direction are you taking? Well, if you really want to know, send me a blank check and let's go.
Can't really say because there are ideas.
I mean, a blank check?
I mean,
unlimited funds?
Fuck, man. That's yeah.
Access to rights of anything?
Access to rights? Yeah, no holds
Yeah,
barred.
right. Like, I mean, you can purchase the rights to anything with a blank check. I mean,
we've talked about this. I would love to do the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Sure.
I have a script that needs to be whittled down to a relative, closer to, I think it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes right now. It needs to be trimmed down about at least 30 minutes, maybe 40. But it brings back pretty much everybody that's alive except the dog. Sorry, Lorena.
Yeah.
It's been too long. That dog would be dead by now anyway.
Who, Muffin?
Muffin, yeah.
Or Gordon?
No, Gordon might still be around, but Muffin's long gone. From 84, long gone.
Gordon ain't around either, dude.
Gordon's probably not around either.
Fuck no.
But yeah, I would love to do that. Now, realistically, there's no fucking chance.
All right, if we're on this road, I think first I would remake One Dark Night because it's my favorite B low budget movie. Tommy McLaughlin directed, brother.
But he wants to remake it.
I know that, but
he can't even.
He doesn't have the rights to it. But I would buy him the rights and I would hire him to direct. How about that? And then I'd collaborate with him. And we would do it right, practical all the way, but fucking just as goddamn scary. Maybe a little more action than in the first one, a little less slow burn, but modernize it. But then I think fuck. I don't know, man. It'd be tough. I mean,
this is hard for us to talk about because I'm
It'd
trying
be
to dance
impossible.
around something right now.
Well, I mean, we've collaborated on some ideas that we've written a little bit of. We've got some treatments. We've got some full scripts, but
I got a couple of shorts that I like.
We got a couple of shorts.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. So,
with any amount of money, like
I'll wait. I'll be waiting for that blank check there, BK.
Yeah, no shit, right? With any amount of money, I'd probably do either something with Star Trek Or again, if you could get the rights to anything, I'd probably redo the Hobbit trilogy. Just I don't know, just a step away from horror a little bit. I'm not sure what I would do in horror with any amount of money. Maybe, well, I don't know. Those are the first two things that popped in my head as far as like big fucking budget, like any amount of money in the world.
How would it be done? How could you possibly do it? Could a film like City of the Living Dead be remade?
See, I wouldn't do. I don't think I would do that many remakes.
There's
I don't know
some
if
things that I think
know.
would be cool to do, though. I mean,
I think a legacy sequel with Jamie Lloyd and Daniel Harris coming back as Jamie Lloyd for Halloween
fantastic.
would be wonderful. I mean, if we've talked about this. How would we reboot all the major series? We did an episode on this a couple years back. I think if they were going to do another Nightmare, it's got to be a hard reboot.
Yeah, nothing like that fucking remake or like.
Yeah, England is done.
There's no passing the mantle to another Freddy, a la Halloween Ends.
Right.
Yeah.
Robert Englund he can't do another one, and Kevin Bacon is only like 5 years younger than Robert Englund, so handing it off to him doesn't make any sense either. If you want this series to go 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, like some of these are, you're gonna have to find somebody younger. And I mean, like I said, we really can't get into some of the ideas that we have discussed.
We got a couple really good ones if you were into characters you're familiar with, yes, but there's no fucking way we can. I wouldn't dare tip my hand on them.
We have one idea that we thought we had like such an original like twist on it, but then like just within the last like year or so, not even a year really, we've started seeing some people talk about this scenario, not the exact scenario, but leaning towards that scenario. And every time I see a comment about it, I always screenshot it and I'm like, fuck.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Christopher brings up a good point. Star Trek horror would be like my dream. That's kind of why I like Aliens so much.
Yeah.
A space horror film could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Space horror is so tough, man.
It's difficult, yeah.
Man, I watched that
Shuttle.
Yeah, the Shuttle Columbia.
Yeah.
The final flight documentary over the last couple weeks.
No. I thought you meant the one where the Russians, like nuclear war happens on Earth and they're
ISS. That one's good too, though. I like that one a lot. No, I was thinking about I think it was on CNN, the Shuttle Columbia final flight. It was this little 4-part documentary talking about how shit went wrong with that, and how that basically killed the shuttle program. It's interesting if you're into that kind of stuff, but
sure,
man, while I'm watching that, I'm, envisioning this idea about, because basically what happened was they knew there were problems with the ship on the ground, at least, but they didn't think they were serious enough. So they didn't tell anybody in the ship what was wrong. So here they come flying in and shit just starts breaking up around them. And then they're scattered. Their bodies are scattered over 400 miles when they're trying to land the thing, But I was thinking, man, what if you were up in a shuttle or a spaceship or something and you got the word that we don't know how to get you down,
That would suck.
Yeah.
That would suck pretty bad,
That
you got this much air.
Right.
I've been counting the minutes, I guess. Like, well, shit.
There's been a couple of projects like that already.
I dug ISS, though. I mean, it's not quite, and I hate using these terms, it's not quite horror, but it's close enough, I think.
Sure.
Let me get through some of these comments, though.
Right.
Tarek says, fun trivia. Exorcist the Beginning had a $35 million budget and one writer. By post-production time and reshoots, it was $90 million with 6 writers. Colonel respects that?
Fuck.
That's a good question to ask him. We'll check with him when he shows back up. Grizzly wants to know best hanging upside down kills, deaths. And
Terrifier. Terrifier.
Terrifier is a good one.
Yep.
That's all
Well,
I need.
Tarek says, loaded question, Terrifier.
Yeah.
Hostile 2. I like that one.
It's a good one.
We talked about that not too long ago.
Yep.
Christopher says, I agree, Faze. Hot take, Halloween 2 is better than Halloween. Oof.
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 I know it's a hot take, but
It's a better slasher. I'll tell you. I'll say that, but it atmospherically pales.
yeah. That I can agree with 100%. I mean, the Halloween 2 is more of a personal thing. Like the original Halloween, I objectively agree is a better movie.
Let me get that out of your way.
Pacing, just the pacing and the tension and the atmosphere of the first one. Second
The
one's
whole
an
thing
all-out
is like-
slasher, dude. Brutal slasher. It's great.
Hmm.
But Halloween, yeah, that's in a separate fucking realm. Another
The
good
first one is
up-and-down hanging death
Damn near
is
perfect.
Friday the 13th Part 2.
Boom. Christopher mentions
There
that.
it is. Yeah.
What about it's not a hanging, but it is an upside down death, part 3.
Sure.
Oh, the slice in half.
The handstand.
That's upside down. That counts.
Yeah.
Sure.
That could count. Hey, cool. We got a blank check. BK says, I could send you a blank check. There ain't shit behind it, but
It'll take them time to figure that out, though. We'll be able to buy some gear and get shooting.
I mean, probably
We got 30 days before
deactivated
they got
bank account.
select, right?
we can do something in 30 days.
we can do a lot. Take Chris your luck to Amsterdam.
Yeah, there's another story idea that I think will be examined at some point down the road. Dr. Smiley says a 13 Ghost prequel, detailed episodes of each ghost and how they were all captured.
Great.
Yep.
Like I said, as far can't talk about original stuff. I mean, there's a couple of really good things that I'd love to tell you about, but we want to hold on to them just in case.
Right. Joshua says, I would redo Halloween Ends. I would redo Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. And probably not make them a trilogy. I'd probably just make 2 movies. And give you... I'd probably keep about half of what they started in 2018. And then take an extreme right turn but back into... more beloved area, I think.
Sure.
Well, some of those characters deserved way better than what they got.
Oh yeah, especially the legacy ones.
Oh yeah, it's dirty.
We talked about Nightmare. Grizzly wants a good Cthulhu movie.
I do
that
too,
would be
actually.
nice.
What?
He wants a good Cthulhu movie. Or the way you would probably say it, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
I say
Call it
Cthulhu, but
well, the Metallica song is any metalhead will never get that one wrong. But I don't know, Clash of the Titans. That's more of a Kraken. That's not
Cthulhu.
yeah, it's not Cthulhu.
I don't know, man. There's that one creep show up, so I don't think I've seen any Cthulhu movies.
Wasn't there a Nick Cage movie not too long ago that had wasn't a Cthulhu movie, but ended with something with that?
Well, yeah, it was all like
Was that Color Out of Space?
all the Lovecraft shit, right?
Was that Color Out of Space?
No,
I'm not
because
sure.
that was aliens and
Okay.
dimension and shit.
I thought there was something not too long ago, one of his that was kind of down that way.
I saw that because I remember seeing the poster because there's a little guy standing next to this giant Cthulhu.
Right, and the giant.
Yeah. Haven't seen it. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I don't know any good Cthulhu movies.
Where do we go?
Christopher says nightmare reboot should include more vivid, weird dreams. Sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Put all those cliches in that everyone has, Do it again. Even do the ones you've already done. That shit's
Yeah.
all good.
But you can get away. You can do a lot more now.
Yeah.
Effects have come a long way. I know you guys would be screaming about digital effects and everything, but you can get away with a lot more now. You can actually make that comic book look a little bit more like a comic book,
Right.
instead of a lot of green screen bullshit. Oh boy, Bill wants to know, how about Jeepers Creepers?
How about
doing
no? I like the creature, but if you recall, the trailer they put out for Jeepers Creepers was wildly misleading to what that movie actually was.
Mhm.
And I've never forgiven them for that. The second one's better than the first one, in my opinion. And I never went any further than that.
Well, okay. Well, no, I don't want to open up that can of worms. That could take a while.
I didn't know they went past 2 of them.
There's 3. Yeah, they made a third one
There's-
after all the allegations.
4.
There's
There's
4?
4.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have 1 and 2 on DVD. I remember
That's all you
thinking
need.
The original was okay.
That's
Yeah.
all you need.
2 is decent. It's because of the football team and shit. And the bus being on that
sure.
bus is pretty tense.
That's claustrophobic as hell,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you rode a bus as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tarek says space horrors okay, but yeah, very tough. Event Horizon barely holds up, but it's still my favorite of them. Good call.
Sure.
Oh, he says aside from Alien, obviously.
Yeah.
Galaxy of Terror was pretty good. I recall.
Yeah.
Christopher says Color Out of Space. I think, yeah. So,
That's a Cthulhu movie?
I guess.
I guess so.
Holy fuck, did I?
Comes from a
I'd
Lovecraft
fight 'em.
story, he says.
I knew
Oh,
Color
yeah,
Out of
that
Space
is
was based on Lovecraft, but I didn't know.
I know that's a Lovecraft story, but I mean,
Not all Lovecraft stories are Cthulhu. I don't remember if that was
I was
involved.
quite stoned when I watched it, so maybe I don't know. I spaced out and missed it. I colored out a space in green.
BK says there was a good South Park episode about Cthulhu.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah, he became the kitty cat and the watchdog bit they did when the cat used to burr into his skin and go to sleep. Yeah, that was quite funny. Then it reminds me how fucking old I am.
Right. Dr.
The Void.
The Void was Cthulhu-ish.
Okay. All right, then that counts. I'll take it.
He says it's in the Cthulhu universe.
In that universe. All right.
I got you. I have all the books. I haven't read them in a while. All the Lovecraft books.
I mean, everybody, everyone took his stuff and did their own spins on the shit.
They get a little racy too. I don't know. It was a different time.
Different time, different place.
Kristen wants to know, was it Dream Scenario? I watched that and was like, what? No, not that one. It's not that one. But yeah, that I haven't seen that one yet, but that one looks weird as fuck with Nicolas Cage. I gotta get to the theater, man. I still need to go see First Omen. I need, we got to see Abigail this weekend because that's what we're doing next week, folks. We're reviewing Abigail next Monday.
Oh, okay.
Nice segue.
Nice segue. I kind of want to see that Monkey Man too. From Dev Patel.
Jordan Peele produced.
Right, Jordan Peele producing, Dev Patel. So, hold on. Here's a comment. Bill says, "All right, kind of off topic, but Bell's Fancy Creations finally got a storefront. We are excited. Don't want to take away from the show, but we appreciate yes family for the support. Yeah, hell yeah, man! Congratulations, guys.
Dude, hell yeah.
Saw you guys posting about that the other day, and just wasn't able to get on there and comment too much about it. But yeah, congrats.
Congrats. A golf clap of golf claps.
That's
for
right.
Bell's Fancy Creations.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be able to come and check out the store when we're in there in September.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Man.
definitely coming down, and we're shooting in the store.
Not like that, like
Not that
filming.
kind of shooting.
Filming.
Yeah,
Filming.
duh.
Filming.
Good
Jesus
lord.
Christ. Can't take this guy anywhere.
Oh man.
All right. That's enough.
Probably a good time to wrap it up.
We
yeah.
killed some time.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good AMA.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't
That's
bad for
amazing.
last minute.
There's more. It sucks because I'd love to talk about the some of the stuff. We would be writing. We are writing, but we're not there yet. When we get there, you'll
It's
know.
all right. We'll get there.
We need about another 50,000 subscribers and
Yeah.
500 or 600 members.
A little bit of
Yep.
yeah, just
Then it's
Then we're
reality.
Then we're good.
we'll get there.
Then it's blank check time.
Then, well, it's not blank check, but small budget.
A short. It'll be a short first. Some of these shorts we'll do ourselves.
Right. Danielle Harris and Scout have been talking about for a couple years now on their podcasts about wanting to do movies together, and they say they're finally getting to that point where they're gonna start basically producing a movie a year for themselves, to be in. So good for them, but
They'll make money.
they have a lot more clout than we do. So, but yeah, even when they were talking about, like different script ideas that they were looking for, I had something come up in my head for them. And I was like, man, this could kind of be fun. But
Planets will align.
the planets will align one day. But
It's coming.
until then, she's still married, and I have no chance.
Gosh,
Just like you, Anthony, you have no chance.
I think we lost a viewer right when you said that.
What an angel, man! When we were in that Oklahoma theater, and she comes floating down the aisle. Oh my God, dude!
She smelled so good.
Good
The
God,
only
you guys.
time I've ever did that ever in a live interview where I was asked a question
And then
and she's responding, and I was just like, I had no idea what I said at that point. I had to kind of come back. I was above the theater. I had to fucking come back, dude. It was the beautiful creature.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
That's
on
enough.
that note. Yeah.
On that note, Ziggy is trying to wrap it up so he can go rub one out. So, yeah,
well worth it.
We're gonna. God damn it. So yeah, we're gonna do that next week, folks. We will be reviewing Abigail, which is in theaters this Friday, and then the week after that, because Abigail is a movie about a young ballerina vampire, we're gonna talk about our top 5 favorite kid vampires. So that should be an interesting couple of weeks.
There's a lot more there than what I was just buzzing down the road thinking about it and came up with 6.
Yep.
Like, huh.
Yeah. Well, and they don't have to be major characters.
Right.
So keep that in mind too. They could just be kind of in passing or whatever.
Interesting.
Whatever could he be talking about, Steve? I don't know. I don't even know what that voice was, but whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. One last time, we got to give our shout outs, which I'm never ready for when I always remember them. But thanks to our members, our final girls and guys, Chris, Lorena, BD, and Tyrone, our crazy Ralphs, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod, and our camp counselors, 42nd Street Pete, Corey, Luke, Michigan Dave, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Thank you, guys.
My God, that applause.
Something
messed up,
happened,
brother. We're gonna have to fix that.
I got it.
Weird.
Frank, he was not pissing on a shoebox above your heads. That's not what that was.
Wait, okay, so does this one sound all right?
No.
It starts off and then it's just
It doesn't even
sizzles
start
out.
off that good.
Weird. All right.
It's too loud.
We'll
Anyway,
solve
If you want to become a member, check out the website, deathcursesociety.com. And, of course, thanks to our associate producer, FaZe. FaZe, anything you want to add? You are working on a book that's hopefully coming out later this year, right? Yeah.
Oh, what a dick.
Had to do it once. But
I don't
yeah,
know about
you
later
are.
this year, but yes,
It's not horror, though.
there's a portion of it that could be considered horror, but no, it's not horror.
No. He'll probably finish his project way before we get ours done. So look for FaZe's book in stores soon near you, hopefully.
Not soon.
Okay, not soon. Probably not in stores, but who knows?
Yeah, in stores maybe.
Who
We'll
knows?
see.
Available via the DCS store.
Yeah, it'll be in our store.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it will be. We got your back, man.
Rock on.
And we'll catch you guys next week. We have no idea when the Colonel's coming back.
Yeah, a few more weeks.
Still a
Assignment.
few more weeks.
Big assignment. Yeah. Well, he said 8 or 10, really.
May?
What he said at the start. Yeah, it'll be May, end of May, probably.
Damn.
It's
Fuck
all
that.
right, though. We're heading into the spring and summer. These are the things you got to expect. There'll be vacations and stuff like that. So, well, it's all right. We'll trudge on without him, and he'll join us triumphantly one day. We'll be ready.
He'll be back. Anyway,
We look forward
thanks
to it.
for watching.
Great stuff coming at you. Stay tuned for all of it, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. Loving it. Say goodnight, Fulci.
Good night.
I got to think of a name for this guy. Maybe we'll have a poll or something, you guys. Suggestions. But
Okay.
Fulci's what I'm at right now. So, yeah.
All right.
Good
Are you
night,
done?
Fulci. I'm done.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next week. Woo!